Welcome to the module Quality Considerations in 3D Printing. And in this module, we will learn about the basic quality aspects that we need to consider during our 3D printing project or while 3D printing a component. So, the common topics that we'll be discovering in this module is the defects that we face in various 3D printing processes, such as polymer, different kind of polymer processes, and then in metal 3D printing, what is the basic defect that we usually encounter. Then we will be talking about the basic quality controls. So what are the aspects that needs control in when quality is under considerations during 3D printing? And then we will talk about destructive and non-destructive testing. So basically these are the two methods which are evaluated to make sure that your 3D printing part is coming right or the strength of the part is good enough for your end application. Then we will talk about inspection of 3D printed parts. So when we say inspection, this has to do with the dimensional accuracy of the parts that you have printed. So let's get started. The first topic, defects in 3D printing. So what are the various kind of defects that we face in FDM? So by now we have covered multiple types of techniques of 3D printing, which is FDM, SLA, SLS, polyjet, metal 3D printing, laser powder bed fusion, and others. So let's have a look at the defects that they produce. So what you see on your screen is a part 3D printed through FDM technique. And if you will notice at the bottom portion, this particular portion, you will see that the corner has curled up. So that is how the name of this basic defect is defined. It is called as warping. So basically there is warpage of components at certain areas. It usually happens at the corners. Now, all the 3D printing processes that we have learned, let's have a recap on the very basic method of transforming material to some form. It is done by using some form of energy. Now, that energy can be heat or that energy can be laser. Now, in all the cases, any kind of energy which is given, basically it is resulting into heat. So basically, any material from the raw material shape is heated to form the desired shape. Now, when it cools down, it shows some shrinkage. And when it is shrinking, it also has some stresses. Usually, these stresses are very high at the corner points. That is why the parts they tend to uh, curl up. Now, what is the basic cause of warping is that whenever you have poor adhesion to your base plate, when we are printing FDM components, we are printing on a base plate. Whenever the part is not uh, stick properly to the base plate, the adhesion is not proper, then because of these stresses, the thermal stresses, it may end up in curling up or warping. So warpage is a very basic technique, a very basic defect that we see due to thermal contraction. Now, the very common FDM materials are ABS and nylon. Now, while they shrink, they show thermal contraction. So in almost all the FDM materials, uh, this phenomena is there, but in ABS and nylon, it is slightly more. So when you're printing ABS and nylons, you need to make sure that your parts are adhered in a very proper manner to the base plate so that they don't show any warpage. Then another defect that you see on your screen is cracking. Now, cracking is again a form of warpage or delamination, you can say, but it happens in between the parts. So when two layers they don't stick to each other, what happened that because of stresses they show some I would say non-adherence. They do not come in contact with each other, they tend to warp, and that's why we see such kind of cracking. Now, cracking is again due to poor adhesion between layers and also thermal shrinkages. So, most of the defects will be because of thermal shrinkages or thermal contraction. Another defect in FDM is uh, stringing. Now, stringing is basically when instead of uh, your nozzle moves from one feature to another to print that feature, it is not cooled down properly. And when it moves to the other feature, it leaves a string of the material which is attached to the part as well as to the nozzle. Now, there can be multiple reasons. One of the very basic reason for stringing is when the print temperature is too high. That means you are not giving proper cooling time to your nozzle when it is, and before cooling, it is moving from one place to another, causing the stringing effect. So that is why you need to make sure that your print temperature is not very high, and you are giving enough cooling time for the nozzle to move from one place to another. Then again, one more defect. This is curling. Now, curling is slightly related to warpage, but curling will happen not because of thermal stresses, but because of overheating of the material. So when your print temperature is too high and your cooling is not happening, then your part will remain for a longer time in the molten stage. And wherever it has remained for a longer time in the molten stage, what will happen that when you print on top of that, your printing is not proper. So it will result in curling. Now let's talk about SLS and MJF. Again, this defect that you see is from SLS technology, and it is known as delamination. Now, delamination is again because of thermal stresses. Now, all what happens that when two layers are not sintered or adhered to each other, then because of the thermal stresses, when the stress is higher than the yield strength of the material, they tend to detach from each other. These two layers do not attach to each other, instead they detach from each other, and thus resulting in delamination. Now remember, SLS, MJF, in MJF what we do, we use a curing head to provide heat to the sintered part, whereas in SLS we use a laser to sinter the component. So in both the cases you will face such delamination effects. Then we have warping in SLS and MJF as well, and you can see here also the corners are lifted up. So when the corners lift up, that means they have not been attached properly to the previous layer, or the temperature is too high, and because of the straight portion that should be there in the part, we are experiencing a curved portion. So what we will see is that the part dimensions have deviated what you have given in the model. So again, your part will be rejected. Now, when we talk about LPF metal, again, the reason for defects here is again the same: improper cooling or excessive heating or high thermal stresses, but the end effect might be completely different. So what happens in laser powder bed fusion of metal, or we can say direct metal laser sintering that we studied, that it is the laser is melting the powder particles. So when it melts, there can be high energy which you are giving to melt, or there can be low energy. You exactly need to give the appropriate amount of energy which will result into dense metal, but sometimes we don't get dense metal, we get porosity. You can see different kind of porosity, regular and irregular. So regular porosity, spherical porosity, is when you have high energy input. So what happens that some of the alloying elements, they evaporate in gaseous form, and when they evaporate in gaseous form, these gas particles, when they evaporate, they leave spherical force behind. And when your energy is low, you are giving low energy input to melt the metal powder particles in LPBF, then you will get irregular shape because that area represents unmelted powder. And when this, what you see on a screen is a microscopic study of a specimen made in LPBF. So when you observe under microscope, you will see regular, irregular. Irregular corresponds to insufficient melting, and regular corresponds to very high energy given during melting. Then again, we can see delamination in metals also. Now, what you see on your screen here, we have support structures and then we have the part. Now, when the thermal stresses are too high and the bonding with the base plate or the support structure is not good enough, the metal part that you have built that tends to delaminate from the support structures. So again, this is because of high stresses. So remember, most of the defects that we get in any of the 3D printing process is because of high stresses generated due to thermal contraction, because we are using thermal energy to transform the part into your desired shape. So thank you, and we will meet in the next module and we will learn about the quality considerations.